most men waste their 20s today. It is just as obvious as it is. You just see this literally everywhere. And we need to do something about it. We, ourselves, we the people who are aware of this problem, we need to be the ones to do something about it. And without us starting to do something about it, nobody is going to start. If nobody starts, nothing happens. That's just the basic law of fucking science, you know? So, we need to start taking action. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? Number one thing, we need to lead by example. Leading by example has been the number one thing in history that has helped men do the right thing over and over and over. And this can also be applied to negative examples. If you're always around 5 people who do drugs, you are bound to do drugs at a much higher percentage. You have a much more higher likelihood of doing crime if you're surrounded by people who do crime. And it is the same by surrounding yourself with people that actually spend their 20s as efficiently as possible. If you surround yourself with 5 winners, you're going to become a winner. That is just the basic thing of human society. So, wouldn't it make sense to start leading by example, even if there's literally nobody doing it, and you have to be the one to decide for yourself and for your family, for your environment? I'm going to be that guy who leads by example. So that way other people can pick up on that and then see that example and follow you. Because at the end of the day, I think there are 2 kinds of people. There are the leaders and there are the followers. And most of the time, the leaders don't actually become leaders by choice, even though you can. You become a leader by what it is you do and what it is you become on a subconscious level. That you understand what's going on, that you have control over it, and that you take action without relying on outside sources to make you do something. That is the whole premise of being a leader. Being a leader is taking the fight to the enemy. It's taking the fight to the front. It's leading by example. Not just telling people what to do, but also doing things that you would ask other people to do. It's very simple, very straightforward. And I think more people should be doing this. I was going to record this video to talk about why men waste their 20s. And it's true. That is the number one thing that you see nowadays. Like, this topic for this video stemmed from me having a conversation with someone else in just a regular guy, you know. Just a regular guy, same age as I am. Like 23 years old. Just doing his same old, doing his job, doing his regular things, going to the gym from time to time. And just doing regular things. And so this guy was telling me, I think I was at his house, and he was watching TV, or there was TV in the background, and there was this show, this it's not even a concert, it's like party-esque vibe. I don't even know what you call this. It's kind of like just like a big event where people go to and party and whatever the fuck. And it sounded so retarded to me. Like, it sounded so stupid. Like, he presented it in a way that makes no fucking sense to me. Like he said, like, yeah, it's awesome. There's gonna be so many people, and this event only happens every so many years or so, and we should go because it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and da da da. And I was just like, no, like, what the fuck? Why? Why would I go there? What is the point? And I literally asked him, why would you go there? Like, what is the point of doing this? Oh, because everybody's doing it, so we should really do it as well. And it's because there's so many people, and we might have a lot of fun and all this. And I was just like, you sound like a child. Like, I'm just gonna say what it is. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I'm not fucking doing that. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, we've got better things to do. Like, why the fuck would we go party? Bro, you're 23 and you're not financially independent. You have a job, you work a set amount of hours, and you basically have no real direction in life. You're just doing what you think is good to do. I mean, I guess. If you can even call going to those kinds of events good on your holidays. It's like, I don't think I've ever taken a holiday over the past 4 years, and somebody told me, yeah, well, that's your choice. And I just am like, yeah, so why the fuck would you take a holiday? Like, I don't care. The point of holidays is an illusion to escape your current reality. A vacation is doing the things you actually want to do. Think about it for a second. If you were making enough money passively as to never having to work another day in your life, wouldn't you just be on vacation forever in that case? Wouldn't that be much more appealing than doing what it is you're doing right now? Like working a job, going on vacation for 2 weeks. Working a job, going on vacation for 2 weeks. And just repeating that over and over and over again. That sounds fucking boring as fuck. And you're not going to get anywhere. You're limited by your own location. You're limited by your own time and ability to work. So, instead of doing that, and these men will always waste their 20s. Like, they'll drink, they'll party, they'll say, like, oh, I really want a girlfriend. And they are incompetent. They look like shit. They don't have their stuff together. They don't have a purpose, a drive, or ambition whatsoever. They don't have any dreams or aspirations. They look like shit physically. They drink. They take drugs. They have fun, if you can even call that fun. They go to these events, to these shows, to these concerts, to these fucking football games or whatever the fuck people do. And they get distracted by these things. And they divert their focus. Their focus gets diluted, which is not a great thing when you actually think about it. Because if your focus is diluted, your main goal is never going to be clear. It's never going to be your main priority. And that's a problem. Because if you don't have a goal, you're basically just wandering aimlessly through the fucking earth. And you don't really know what the fuck you're doing. And that's not good, bro. Every single man should have a purpose. May it become a world chess master, a world champion kickboxer, an MMA champion. I don't fucking know. Just pick whatever the fuck you want. Professional, top #1, rock climber. I don't fucking know. Just pick whatever the fuck you want. Like, you want to be an astronaut, go to Mars. You want to be a scientist who discovers a new invention or a new fucking whatever. I don't know. Just pick whatever you want, bro. Literally, we can pick whatever we want, but we can't do everything. So you have to pick what it is you want, what it is you want your life to live, like what it is you want to live your life to do. And then go do that. Go chase that. Go, like, acquire it. And if it's going to take your entire life, then make that a lifelong journey. Who cares? Sure, you might take a break once in a while, like 10 minutes here, 30 minutes there, maybe an hour here, an hour there, but never take a day off of chasing your purpose, chasing your dreams, chasing your things you actually want to do. You actually want to live your life a certain way, you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to put a lot of effort in order to achieve that. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of every ounce of yourself. You're gonna have to pour it into it in order to achieve it. If it is a hard thing to obtain, if it is something that has a lot of value, you're gonna have to put in much more effort, much more work than most people. You're just gonna have to think about a strategy to get there, and then act on it, and then refine it, and then get better, and get faster, and get better, and just repeat until you actually get what you want. It's like if you're a guy, a Joe Schmo, working a job, and you're making, I don't know, maybe like 50, 60 grand a year, and you actually think like, oh, I really want to buy a Lamborghini. Well, you're never going to buy that Lamborghini with that fucking amount of money. So you're going to have to step it up. You're either going to have to find another job that pays more. You're going to have to maybe get a sales job so that way you have a performance bonus, and then that way you can save more money. Or you're going to have to create a business or provide some value to people, or you're even going to have to, like, I don't know, start a side hustle or do something like that. Like maybe like go mow the lawns of other people, flip some items. You need to find ways to transcend your current abilities and your current place in society so that you can actually acquire what it is you want, and stop wasting your fucking time. Stop getting distracted. Stop getting in the way of yourself. Stop getting in your own way. Just limiting your own ability to get what you want. That's one of the most important lessons I've noticed over the past 4 years, is that there are a lot of moments where I get in my own way by fucking going to watch a movie here, going to talk to this person here, going to, I don't know, play this game over here. Could be something not very productive. That is the whole point. And so if you can become more efficient, more productive, and more quick at what you do, you'll always achieve what it is you want faster than everybody else. It's very simple. It's kind of just like a simple principle of science. If you put in more time, if you put in more effort, you'll get it before everybody else. Simple. And so most men in their 20s end up wasting their time because they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a purpose, they don't have a dream, or maybe they have one, but it's so vague and so, I don't fucking know what this is, that they can't even define it. Not only to someone else, but to themselves. That's the whole point. And so since they can't define this, what ends up happening is they end up thinking that, oh, well, if it's kind of vague, I've got all of these things that are less vague in my life, like playing this video game, watching this movie, hanging out with my friends. This is less vague than working on my purpose. And so they avoid it. They give up too early. And this is the biggest mistake most people do, is that they put themselves in an environment where there's so many things that they can use as an excuse to not work hard, and then they just stop. They just give up. Without even saying I give up, but they give up. Subconsciously. Passively. Passive give up. And that is really one of the worst character traits you can have. Being a quitter. I remember this one guy was saying, you can't give up without saying I gay. So if you don't want to be gay, don't give up, bro. And even though it's just a joke, okay, like, who cares? But it's true. Like why the fuck would you give up? Like, we've been on this earth for fucking thousands and millions of years. I don't fucking even know how long history has been going on for. We don't even know. But we're still here. And we haven't given up yet. So why the fuck would you give up if millions and fucking billions of people before you haven't given up? Why would you give up? Are you such a coward to give up today? Even though your ancestors made it their purpose in life as to make sure that you were here today. You standing here today has been the result, the culmination of millions of people that have come before you. And you don't even know how hard they had it before then. We don't even know how many ancestors we've had, but the simple fact that you are here today makes it clear that some people, hundreds, maybe even thousands, maybe even millions of people, your ancestors, have made it their life's purpose as to have a legacy and to have descendants. And you are one of them today. And the one thing you need to ask yourself is, am I going to make them, am I going to actually make them proud? Am I going to actually give them a return on investment? Am I going to actually be the kind of guy who actually brings pride and actually brings purpose and clarity to my legacy? Or am I just going to be the same old, and I'm going to choose to be like, I don't really like going against the laws of biology. Now, everybody can do whatever the fuck they want. Of course, if you want to doom your bloodline and never have any kids, that's your choice. Like, I'm not going to choose for you. But I would always be against that because I want to have a legacy for myself and I want my name in my family to mean something. And that's what most people want. They want to be understood, they want to be here, like they want to be heard, and they want to be meaningful. They want to live a meaningful life. And so by the simple fact of you not using your 20s as efficiently as you can, you are choosing to reject that out of your own volition. You have the choice. You have the power in your own life to do anything you want, but you can't do everything. You have to choose. Are you going to play all day on video games? Or are you going to sit down, no fucking music, no sounds, no distractions, in a room with a piece of paper and write down what it is you actually need to do and start working on that? It's not that hard, but the first 5 minutes might feel like shit. When I get into the zone, when I'm working on my business, when I'm working on these videos, when I'm working on these, there's always like a 2, 3, 5 minute period at the very start where I feel like I don't want to start, and then I get to it. I start anyway, and it becomes so much easier, and I feel like I've achieved the flow state, and then I can just go and go and go and go on and go on and go on. Very, very simple. And now I might probably make a video on becoming more productive and putting in more hours and using your schedule as efficiently as possible, your days as efficiently as possible, so you can use and squeeze out every single hour of the day to use as efficiently as possible. But that's another subject. So we'll talk about that another day. But if you know you don't want to waste your 20s, if you know you shouldn't be, subconsciously, oh, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't eat this garbage. I should go to the gym. I should work hard on a side hustle or a business so that way I can become financially independent from a job or set hours and live the life I actually want to live. Then in that case, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody's going to do it for you. You might want to take some time off and just relax or chill. But if you actually want your goals and you want to achieve your dreams hard enough, then there's no time to chill. You have to reduce as much as possible the time you chill and relax and fucking do nothing. And you have to actually put it towards that dream of yours. Building something. So many people care about their families, but at the end of the day, most people care about themselves more than anyone else. And this is a bit sad, because they end up caring more about their feelings, their schmeelings feelings, more than the common denominator, reality. They care more about their feelings than reality itself, which is very sad, because they'll do all of these things, they'll live their life, and they'll get to a point where it's like, wait a minute, I've been doing all of this, shouldn't I relax? Shouldn't I take some time off? I'm gonna burn out. Oh, I feel like shit. Do you want it or not? Do you want to achieve your dreams or not? Do you want to be rich or not? Do you want to have that Lamborghini or not? Do you want to fucking retire your family for the rest of the time or not? Insert X goal. Do you want it or not? It's very simple. And most people don't think about this. And this is why they waste their time, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They haven't chosen a purpose. Most people don't. So you need to be the guy who takes the risks and who chooses a purpose, even if he doesn't know 100% of what that looks like or what that's going to look like in the future. And he goes after it, regardless, no matter what. Because the man who chases down his purpose will always have a better life than the man who just fucking, oh, a TV show over here, oh, a video game over here, oh. You know what I mean? It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And your life can be as well. But you need to do the hard things. From time to time, you're not going to want to do it. And that's the exact moment where you need to choose, no, I need to do this because my goals are more important than my short-term feelings. That's one of the main lessons I learned very early on. And even though I have learned since then that you can't just reject your feelings, you need to understand them, you need to know why they're there, and then you need to move on. You need to move forward. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. Men have the emotional intelligence to understand their feelings and to decide if they want to act upon them or not. And some people don't. Like most women, it's very hard for them because they're not emotionally intelligent. They're emotionally maybe fluctuant, or I don't even know how to say this, but they can understand and react to emotions much differently than men do. But men, since we're not as emotional as women, we can take these emotions and see for what they are and be like, okay, I've got the emotion here. What's the logical outcome of this emotion? And then use that to our advantage. If I'm angry right now, I'm going to be channeling that anger into hard work. So that way I know for sure, boom, boom, progress towards the goals. Ruthless assault. And if I'm sad, same thing. If I'm happy, spend time with loved ones. And if I'm not, if I feel like shit, then understand what you can do to, I might make a masterclass actually on how to regulate your emotions and how to understand them and how to use them as most efficiently as possible to your advantage. I might make a video on that because I don't remember if I made one recently. I've been posting every single day for the past 50 days, I think, so far. Maybe like close to 2 months. And I think like maybe 3 years ago when I used to post every single day, I think I made a video on this subject, but I think it might be a good idea to remind you guys of how this works, how, or even understand how it works, because most of you guys maybe don't even know. So I think this would be probably very helpful for you guys to understand and to know what it is your brain is actually capable of, understand how your brain works, so that way you know how to use it as efficiently as possible so it can serve you instead of you being fucking used up by your own feelings and emotions and being like, oh, da da da, and fucking, who cares? Like, be the master of your own life. Be the master of your own emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. That is one of the most important things. And so, at the end of the day, why shouldn't you waste your 20s? Because it's the time where you are most able to learn things, where you are the most keen in terms of levels of energy. You are the highest you'll ever be. And so why wouldn't you? It's much easier for a person in their 20s to learn something rather than somebody in their 50s to learn something. Because somebody in their 50s are much more set in their ways. And the capability of learning is harder and shittier when you get older. So obviously, you should spend your 20s as efficiently as possible to learn as many things and to become as most useful to the people around you as possible, to learn something difficult, to put in the hours, to push a little bit further and a little bit better and a little bit more than most people. So that way, when everybody does that, everybody can just do better on average. And that's perfect. We want more of that. If you use your 20s accordingly, and if you use your 20s as efficiently as possible, as you should, then in that case, you will be able to get your dreams. And if not, if you can't achieve your dreams within this life, maybe your son, maybe your kids can achieve that dream for you and pay respect to you, their father, to achieve the dreams you couldn't, to do better. A father will always want his kids to do better than he did. And so if you don't, you're disappointing your father. You're disappointing your ancestors on a daily basis by not living to your true potential. If one of your ancestors was a great man, it is your duty to become a better man than he was. And if you cannot do that, make sure that your kids can do that instead. Give them a head start by creating a life structure that is way more advanced and way more create a life that can have the people in the future benefit from what you've done today. That is what I'm talking about. That is why you should use your 20s as efficiently as possible, because in all technicality, you've got maybe like 30 to 50 years that you can use to your advantage. And then after that, it's pretty hard to change the future. So you need to use your 20s as efficiently as possible. If you want a family, you're going to have to build yourself into the kind of man who wants and who can have that kind of family. If you want a bunch of kids, if you want like 3 to 5 to 10 kids, you're going to have the type of finances, the type of family, the type of structure that allows you to build that kind of family. And if you can't, then skill issue. You know what I mean? You are the only person who is responsible for where you are right now. And you will be the only person responsible for what happens to you in the future because of the actions and the decisions you've made today. So think about that for today. Don't waste your 20s. Make sure you invest them as efficiently as possible. It's kind of like investing them into a high yielding savings account. Imagine investing 10, 20 years right now equals giant results in the future. But you have to invest now. You can't just wait around. So think about that. And with that said, I appreciate every single one of you guys watching until the end of the video. I might make a new poll yet again to ask you guys if you would prefer having 20-minute long videos, 10-minute long videos, or 30-minute long videos as I've been doing right now. And with that said, if you want to recommend a topic, me to talk about certain something, feel free to do so in the comments. And yeah, if you have any questions, if you want some advice and feedback, feel free to ask in the comments as well. I'm happy to have a conversation. Like, comment, subscribe. You can unsubscribe at any point you want. And if you're here for the ride, then I'm happy to have you. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. Doesn't matter if there's clouds, there's wind, there's fucking rain. Doesn't matter. We're still there. It's still gonna go up. still gonna fucking come up in the morning. With that said, it's gonna be a beautiful day today. So it's time to get back to work. And I will see you tomorrow for the other daily update.